Okay, so we're gonna do a lower thirds animation. I made this one for my channel, and I think it looks really good. I'm gonna go through the basics, and we're gonna actually make one that looks like this, just to get you started, because there's so many things you can do with it. You can make a whole variety of these overlays, and what I recommend though is putting them in a folder. Save all your original assets, and even though you can drag and drop in your video clips of them pre-rendered, you can always go back and say update them, or if you have a new person you want to use a title for. But you can also add elements to them in your project timeline, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's jump in over to Kdenlive. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new sequence. This is just so you can do all the comping together on the final sequence. I'm going to give that 8 channels. No audio. I also like to add a color clip of this dark gray, because this kind of gives me an idea of what I'm looking at. The thing is, an overlay doesn't have to be very long. It's only a few seconds. So I usually aim to make mine under 6 seconds, closer to 4 or 5. So the default when you make a color clip is 5 seconds, which is great. So we have this little work area. Different elements we use, I usually start with doing a floating base, which we will make by making another color clip. I'm going to use that same pink that I've been really having fun with. And I know it looks like it's full screen, but realistically what we're doing is, let's go over here to the effects tab and type in crop by padding. And this is really cool. This basically just crops in by a draggable area. And because it's all one solid color, it doesn't matter. You can also do this with a gradient if you really want to. There's a lot of ways you can do this that are interesting. But let's go ahead and restrict this. I'm going to make this 1200. I'm going to make this 150. Real small, real lower thirdsy. So what we want to do now is we want to animate this thing. So I'm to make it slide in and out. This sometimes requires a little bit of math, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do the easy way. So I'm going to make a keyframe. This is all the way open. Go to the first keyframe and change the width from 12 to 1. And we're going to go ahead and change the animation type to an exponential out, which I think we could check here on this, what's this thing? Timeline view. Yeah, I can see it's a smooth out. It's the one I wanted. So if we play the clip, we now get a nice satisfying slide out. And for those who didn't quite see it, it just kind of comes out and it slows down as it grows. And notice the little clip here at the beginning, this little blank spot, that helps really sell it. Okay, now we want the text, which is going to be another layer. So we start by adding a title clip. So for this title clip, I'm going to start with I'm going to type in my name, Arthur. We want this one to stand out. So I'm going to do permanent marker at 128. That's similar to my main title right there. And we drag that on there. Cool. Looks good. And bring this onto the timeline. Again, I'm making another little gap here. For the next text piece, we want to go ahead and add another one, because that way, the more pieces we make, the more individually they can be edited. So this one, I'm going to say art at mastodon.sdf.org. I'm going to change this one to NASA. Oh, yeah, there we go. The NASA one. We can make this 40. Yeah, 40 is good. Yeah, that's too small, actually. This whole thing's kind of small. Let's go 90. Yeah. Well, 64. There we go. Bring this back down here so we can see the whole thing. The way the clip comes in. Boop. Oh, we have to add the next clip. I like to have it come in pieces. There we go. Now we're doing a little cheating here. On this one, I'm going to go add a transform to this layer. And come right about here. And add a new, about 25% of the way in, I made it the finish point of the animation. And now we're going to come back and make it come in like about 100 pixels by that, and change it to exponential out again. I think that's the right one. That is the right one. And if we look at it, It's kind of nicely fades in. Another cheating point, I'm going to grab the animation I did here and drag it to the other one that's been offset a little bit, and now we get very nice. Go ahead and make all these layers match. So the reason why we're doing it in this separate sequence is that we can manipulate things as a group, which is really cool. So for example, we go to sequence 1, drop this down, sequence right here, and we drag it in here. Oops, we look at it, we get that, but we can also like fade out and all that kind of stuff globally. But two things we need to do. One, I think we need to add a drop shadow to this one. I'm going to do kind of a stylized drop shadow, so it's going to be 0 pixels blur, 4 and 4. I like that so much that I'm going to apply it to the other one. Cool. Now it comes in like that. But for the bottom piece, I'm going to go ahead and do a more smooth drop shadow. So I'm going to do 15. I'm going to do 4. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And make sure you disable the gray layer on the bottom before you go to the final sequence here. There we are. And now we can just take the end of it and fade it out like that. Now, inside of Kdenlive, if you're only working in Kdenlive, you can save this project into a folder, which I recommend doing. And you can actually just drag the full Kdenlive project as a clip, and it should work pretty good. But what I mostly recommend is exporting it so that you can use it in multiple programs, and it just ends up as being a layer. And Kdenlive actually has a way of outputting this layer for you that's going to be optimized. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Project, Render. And if you come up here, you have Video with Alpha. I'm going to select the Alpha MOV. I'm going to disable the audio track because we don't need that. I'm going to save this title to the desktop and render. It's going to take a few seconds, but not too long. And once it is done, I'm going to go ahead and open up Blender so you can see it working and not just Kdenlive. So while that's rendering, I'm going to grab myself a stock video. There we go. Let's change the frame rate to 30. It's going to speed up this video a little bit, but that's all right. Cool, cool, cool. We have our little video clip, and now I think that one's done rendering. Yes, it is. So now I'm just going to drag in this brand new little video clip I have here. If you preview it, you'll see it's transparent. Just drag it right in here. And there it is. So you play the clip back, and fantastic, right? And again, you can add whatever elements you want on in here. The fade out. Did I add the fade out? Yeah, I did add the fade out. But you can add it into your video editor. You can also, of course, add layers that you can edit on top of, and that's cool. And I mean, just get in the swing of it. Use the same font, same colors, and just make a whole variety pack of these things, and it should come out pretty cool. One more thing, I'm going to go ahead and actually add the Kdenlive archive of this project that I made. It's a little compressed file that you can actually open it up in Kdenlive and then tinker around with it so you can see how I did if you want to be hands-on. Link to that. It's going to be down below. It's probably just going to be archive.org or something equivalent. And that's it for this time, and I'll catch you on the next one.